What legislation came out of the civil rights movement? Have you ever wondered how the civil rights movement changed the laws in the United States? This movement was not just about protests and speeches. It led to important legislation that reshaped society. Let's break down the key laws that emerged from this powerful movement. The civil rights movement aimed to end racial segregation and discrimination against African Americans. It built on earlier legal changes, such as the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery, the 14th Amendment, which granted citizenship rights, and the 15th Amendment, which protected voting rights for former slaves. However, these amendments were often ignored, especially in the southern states, leading to a long struggle for civil rights. One of the most significant pieces of legislation was the Civil Rights Act of 1964. This law made it illegal to discriminate in public places, schools, jobs, and housing based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. It effectively dismantled many Jim Crow laws that enforced racial segregation in the South. This act was a major victory for the movement and set a new standard for equality. Following this, the Voting Rights Act of 1965 focused specifically on voting rights. This law aimed to eliminate barriers that prevented African Americans from voting. It prohibited states from imposing unfair voting requirements and allowed federal oversight of elections in areas with a history of discrimination. This was crucial in ensuring that African Americans could exercise their right to vote without obstacles. Another important law was the Fair Housing Act of 1968. This act prohibited discrimination in housing sales, rentals, and financing based on race, religion, national origin, sex, and family status. It was a significant step toward ensuring equal access to housing and addressing residential segregation. From a sociological viewpoint, these laws show how social movements can lead to real change in policies and societal attitudes. The civil rights movement demonstrated the power of collective action and nonviolent resistance. The legislation that came from this movement not only changed laws but also influenced how people think about racial equality. The civil rights movement serves as a model for other social movements. It highlights the importance of legal frameworks in supporting justice and the ongoing challenges of enforcing these laws fairly across different communities. The focus on both legal and cultural change illustrates how policy and social norms interact to create lasting change. Understanding the legislation that resulted from the civil rights movement helps us appreciate the ongoing fight for equality and justice in society today.